All right, Intermediate Algebra Homework 30, still working with factoring. Now this is going to combine factoring out your greatest common factor and then factoring your quadratic expression that you get when you have a squared term. So it tells me to factor completely. When it says factor completely, that's a hint to look for your greatest common factor first. Is there something I can divide out of all three terms? 9, 24, and 12 are all divisible by 3. I have an x to the 5th, an x to the 4th, and an x to the 3rd. I can do the lowest one, so x to the 3rd. So 3x to the 3rd is my greatest common factor. I'm then going to divide that out of each term. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I subtract my exponents. 5 minus 3 is 2, so I get 3x squared. Plus 24 divided by 3 is 8. 4 minus 3 gives me 1, so I get 8x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3 minus 3 is 0, so I don't have any x's on the end. So once I factored out my greatest common factor, I'm left with a quadratic expression, the ones with the squareds that came from foiling something out. This is still going to be in front, 3x cubed. I'm going to try to factor this. Now this doesn't factor every time. Sometimes this is my answer, but most of the time I'm going to be able to factor it a second time. And so I got to check. Factors of 3x squared. 3x times x. Since both of these are pluses, we have a plus and a plus. Factors of 4. I could either use 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. Let's see, if I do the 2 and the 2, my outside product is 6x. My inside product is 2x, and sure enough, 6x plus 2x gives me the 8x in the middle. So this is going to be my answer. So the second one there. Factor completely. I'm going to start by taking out my greatest common factor. 9, 33, and 30 again are all divisible by 3. I have v to the 7th, v to the 6th, and v to the 5th. I use the lowest one, v to the 5th. 9v to the 7th divided by 3v to the 5th. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then 7 minus 5 gives me v squared. Negative 33 divided by 3 is minus 11. 6 minus 5 gives me v to the 1st. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 5 minus 5 is 0, so I don't have any v's left. I have a quadratic expression. It may or may not factor again, but I've got to check to see if it does. Factors of 3v squared, 3v, and v. The end is a positive. If the end is a positive, both signs are the same as the middle, negative and a negative. Factors of 10. 1 and 10 or 2 and 5, probably the 2 and the 5. I probably don't want to do 3 times 5 because that's already 15. So I'm going to try my 5 here and my 2 here. My outside product is negative 6v. My inside product is negative 5v. Sure enough, negative 6 plus negative 5 is the negative 11 in the middle. And so I've got it factored correctly. Third one, same kind of thing. Tells me to factor completely. I look for my greatest common factor. I have 4, 18, and 10. All of those are divisible by 2. U to the 5th, u to the 4th, and u to the 3rd. So I'm going to use the u to the 3rd since that's my lower exponent. 4u to the 5th divided by 2u to the 3rd would be 2u to the 2nd. Minus 18u to the 4th divided by 2u to the 3rd is minus 9u. And negative 10u to the 3rd divided by 2u to the 3rd is minus 5. So again, we want to try to factor it again. Sometimes it won't. Most of the time it will. Factors of 2u squared. 2u and u. My signs. The end is negative. I know I have 1 plus and 1 minus. I don't know what order. I'm just going to guess. Factors of 5. 1 and 5 is the only way I'm going to get 5. So 2 times 5. So 2 times negative 5 would be negative 10. Negative 10 plus the 1u in the middle, sure enough, adds up to the negative 9. So matter of guessing and checking till you find the outside plus the inside products that add up to the middle. So 2u to the third times 2u plus 1 times u minus 5 would be my answer. The next one says factoring with the